Ben Askren, the accomplished wrestler and accomplished fighter. Tyron Woodley, the former UFC welterweight champion and an accomplished fighter. The legendary Anderson Silva, one of the greatest fighters of all time and the former UFC middleweight champion. All three have tried going over to boxing specifically against a YouTuber, and all three have unfortunately failed. But what if I told you, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never seen MMA before, or maybe if you have, the one man who decided to self-nominate himself without anybody wanting or even caring for him to do so. Who is this man, you might ask? What if I showed you this picture and told you that the man who decided to nominate himself after these three well-accomplished fighters was this man? If you know Dillon Danis, you understand the character and persona he's trying to play. The sort of heel character he's trying to play, in the sense of getting a bunch of fans or the general public really mad at him, really pissed off at him, in order to generate the most amount of attention towards himself, in the hopes that it generates more money and revenue for him. The really sad part though is that Dillon Danis, you can see he tries to take a little bit of everybody, a little bit of Conor, a little bit of Chael, maybe some Colby, a little bit of different heels throughout time. The issue is that he's just really bad at it. This is the crazy part, and some of you are gonna think I'm crazy for saying this, but I actually do believe that had he played the heel persona more effectively and not just been an idiot about it, he could have actually become one of Bellator's most attractive, marketable, and well-known fighters. But after this latest stunt pulling out of the KSI fight, there's only one way to describe Dillon Danis. We already knew this, but it's just truly official now. Absolute embarrassment. Before I start, like the video if you like it and subscribe for more content similar to this. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you care at all about Dillon Danis or the situation. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Dillon did tweet out that, you know, fake news and the truth will shock everyone. And honestly, the way I look at it is like, bro, just release the information you have if you have any contradicting information to what KSI and Misfits Boxing put out. But let's not just look at Dillon's latest stunt with this whole KSI pullout, where he pulled out of the fight. Let's look at his so-called career, and let's really take a deep dive into this, because if you don't know about Dillon Danis, you're going to learn about it now. So he fought two people. The first is Kyle Walker, who he submitted pretty quickly. However, take a deeper look. Kyle Walker is 2-5. His last fight was against Dillon Danis, so he hasn't fought since then. And he's been submitted by other people quickly in his fights. That's how he's lost. He's gotten submitted quickly in his fights. So what Dillon did wasn't even actually special. Next fight against Max Humphrey, who was 3-3. And also his last fight was against Dillon Danis as well. He hasn't fought since then. So his two fights, which were a year apart, were against very low-ranked people, to be fair, early on in his career. And since then, 2019, he hasn't fought. So in about 5 years, this is it. This is all that Dillon Danis has produced. Those two fights against those two people, and that's it. Dillon is not actually known for fighting. He's more so known for his social media personality. Just imagine this. He's more known for getting beat up by a security guard / bouncer, getting attacked by Khabib after the Conor fight, and then getting hit by one of KSI's friends clean in the face. Again, when you're trying to play the role of a heel, that's not all you want to be known for, taking L's outside of the cage. You want to limit that as much as possible because you want people to see you lose inside the cage, not outside the cage. And I've never seen this happen before, where someone who plays a heel like this takes this many L's outside the cage. It's as if God and the universe are like, you know what, this guy's so universally disliked, we're just gonna let bad stuff happen to him outside the cage. Like, he just attracts this stuff into his life. And the one thing Dillon doesn't critically misunderstands is you actually have to go out and fight and ideally win or have close fights. Colby Covington is a great example of this. I had mentioned before that I really do believe that Dillon Danis could have become one of Bellator's main attractions had he just done things a little bit differently, like actually fight. Had he capitalized the Conor relationship, which he was hanging out with Conor, doing stuff with Conor, plus he was starting to play the heel. He was the hot new prospect in town with his first win or 2 wins in Bellator. Had he just done a couple things differently, he could have just become like I said, one of the main attractions in Bellator. I really do think, guys, I'm not joking, that could have been very, very effective for inside Bellator. I think Bellator would have been happy to have somebody like him using that to build their own brand as well. Which promoter is going to want to work with him now? Which promoter is going to try to put him on a main event or main attraction sort of event where the event is centered around him? You can't really do it anymore. I mean, Bellator still has some fights left with him, but can they really trust to put him in some sort of main attraction type of way? Probably not. And then these other promotions, I mean, if you can't even handle something like boxing a YouTuber like this and pulling out very close to the fight, who's going to want to work with him now in the future? So again, I think he should just went through and cashed out on this and lost, and maybe he lost his appeal. But what does he have now? Nothing. He's not irrelevant by any means just yet, because, you know, like myself, I'm making a video about him, other people making videos about him. You know, people are still replying to his tweets and social media stuff, which I know he cares a lot about. He's not totally irrelevant yet, but I think going forward, it's going to be really, really tough. And I think we've learned at this point, factually, undoubtedly, he's an embarrassment. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know most of you probably don't care about Dillon Danis, but if you stuck with it to the end or close to the end, I really do appreciate you watching this video. Check out some of the other content I have on my channel, and like the video if you like it, and subscribe for more content similar to this. I will catch you guys later. Peace.